Okay, so this is the first draft of my poster. What is your feedback?
I really like the main image though. I think you can make it a bit more powerful, like with the eyes and that. I also think, because you've got all the text at the bottom of your poster, you can either make the font smaller or spread out the text a bit more so it's not so squished.
Okay, thanks. Okay, so I've shown you both the first version of my poster. What do you think?
Yeah, I think the background was a bit too dark.
Yeah, I agree. And the picture of the antagonist, I think it's good, but I think it would look a bit better in black and white.
Okay, thanks. Okay, so I've just shown you my first draft of the magazine. What do you think?
Well, I think the colour scheme can be improved, and as well as that you could add reviews maybe, and maybe just add, like, improve the banner a little bit, just add to that.
Okay, so I've shown you both my first version of my magazine cover. What do you think?
I actually think it looks a little bit more like a poster than a magazine.
Yeah, and I think Erin needs to be in the magazine cover as well, so it's creates synergy with the poster.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. Okay, so I've just shown you my first version of the trailer I've edited. What are your views?
I did like it, although I felt like the sound was a bit dragged out throughout the trailer because, well, usually in a horror trailer they usually have a build-up, and with the sounds that you used I didn't feel much of a build-up, so it was a bit, you know, I think if you used more sounds and maybe something with more of a bass and maybe some heartbeat sound effects or something like that, just to bring it up and build the tension for the audience. I also thought there weren't enough titles, so I think if you added more it could separate all of this, you know, what I was saying about the bass and the sounds and stuff like that, separate all the footage. And apart from that, I think maybe some of it could be cut down, because I think the trailer was a bit long. Some of the shots could be cut down just to make it shorter.
Okay, so you've both seen my first version of the trailer, so what do you think?
I think it was a bit too long, so you should cut each shot down a bit.
Yeah, I agree. And I think it's a little bit dark. You can't really see what's going on for most of it. So yeah.
Okay, so I've just shown you the final poster now. What are your views on that one?
I really like the new main image, especially the eyes. I think it's more powerful and more realistic. I also like the age rating as well, because it lets you know when the typical...
So you've both just seen my final version of the poster. What are your views this time?
I like the eyes in the background. I think they're quite powerful.
Yeah, I think it really adds to it, and I also think that the font you used for the title of the film, it works really well for the overall theme of it.
Okay, so I've just shown you the final version of the magazine cover. What are your views now?
Well, I think it looks a whole lot more professional than it initially did. You've also added the reviews, which I said to do. And on top of that, you've added the pictures down the side as well, which has added it and made it look a lot better.
So you've both just seen my final version of the magazine. What do you think this time?
I think it's really good because it's obvious that it's a film magazine with the references to other films that are out at the moment, so it's quite up to date and people would want to read it.
And it has a film reel down the left-hand side, which shows it's for a film magazine and it's very conventional.
Okay, so you've just seen the final version of the trailer now. What do you think?
I think this version was definitely much better than the last one. I feel like the sound, even though I feel like the tension started building because of the sound straight from the start of the trailer, which is unconventional, but I think it actually worked quite well. Another thing I liked was the technique when the girl was on the swing and suddenly there was a sound sting and then she disappeared, and then it cut to the shot of Ross carrying the girl. As well as that, I like the titles you've used as well with the thunder in the back. I think it works really well. And I noticed that the colours as well, they quite go with your poster and your magazine as well. So I thought that was pretty good.
Thank you. Okay, so you've both just seen my final version of the trailer. What do you think?
My favourite bit was actually the end credits bit with the lightning behind the title of the film. I think that worked really well.
I think it goes together very well and you can understand what the film will be about.